Welcome to Beyond the Feed. This is where we go beyond the highlighted reels, beyond the filters, beyond the curated posts, and we really find more about the person that is behind the platform. I'm very excited for my very first guest on the podcast today, and that is Anika Dambuza. She is somebody who's really been able to tie in being married, to tie in identity, culture, and all of that, and really connect with audiences. She creates more than content. She has created a connection, and that is why we are going beyond the feed with her today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for that introduction,
Our very, very first guest. Incredible. I always wonder if you guys get nervous to do stuff like getting on a podcast, because, I mean, your life is on the internet anyway, and this is going on the internet, so is there a difference?
People assume that, but I am nervous. I can only speak for myself. Yeah. I am nervous because at least at home I can retake, I can edit, all those things. But here, it is what it is.
You kind of have to catch yourself the whole time. Am I saying the right thing? Tell me about when the City Makoti started for you. At which point did you feel like, oh my goodness, my posts, people love them?
So I actually hated TikTok and I never had TikTok. Mm-hmm. And then I eventually downloaded TikTok, and at the traditional wedding, my aunt, she still does it. She takes videos of everything. She'll have like 10-minute videos of nothing.
Yeah.
And she sent me the videos and I posted it, and people had so many questions, and I love, like, I'm a teacher at heart.
Yeah.
So I love teaching and learning at the same time. So I love the engagement. And so I just continued posting and answering those questions basically through posts. Only when it turned into like I'm doing brand deals and stuff, I actually registered City Makoti as a business. So that's kind of where the brand officially started.
Yeah.
That was like 6 months in.
So now you were busy with your wedding around the time then that your aunt took this video. That's what was happening in your life, because I think that's when I actually discovered you as well.
Oh, you're an original.
Of getting married.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an original girl during the process of getting married, and automatically I was like, wow, I can connect with this, you know? But do you find that that's what people, you know, how they connected with you, because you were showing something that was happening in your life in that moment?
Yeah, I think even with all my content, I try to show real life things. So it's familiar, even though not everyone goes through the same things. I share my feelings a lot, and I think people can connect with the feelings and the thoughts of that. So when it came to my wedding, I shared it, and I think there's a lot of people who looked at it like, wow, interesting, this is weird, this is different. But who I actually initially posted it for was other girls in the same situations. We're scared to tell our Afrikaans parents. And I kind of wanted to normalize it. And that's also where the name came from. Obviously, City Makoti is like a word that exists, right? Like that Makoti who goes home and she's too bougie to do anything. And for me, it was like more of a duality type of thing. Like I'm in the city, I'm a city girl, and I can be a Makoti. So the city doesn't take away from the Makoti for me. And when I chose my name, I first thought, like, should I maybe make it like the white Makoti or whatever? And then I thought that would actually defeat the purpose, because I'm trying to normalize this. Like, there are white Makoti, so why say a white Makoti? I'm just a Makoti.
You're just
and
a
I'm a
city
city girl.
Makoti.
Exactly.
There we go. I had a moment of posting Makoti content on TikTok in December, right? My mother-in-law was teaching me how to make ding, which is traditional Tswana pap.
It's like the thick pap. Like
it's thick and it's brown, right?
Okay.
It's the brown pap, and we're cooking that on a fire.
Outside.
Okay. I put that on social media because, I mean, I thought this is so cool. What an amazing moment between my mother-in-law and I during Christmas. And the comments I got from people, obviously some people were like, oh, this is really cool. What an amazing patient mother-in-law you have. But then I had people also going, why are you speaking English with your mother-in-law? Why are you guys cooking by the fire? Oh my goodness, you're being abused. Oh my goodness.
It's always that. We're always being abused. And shame. Do you know what? I think, like, I get that. I get those comments too.
Yeah.
And I guess we can't invalidate those comments, because some families, I guess some women really feel like as Makotis they're being abused. But I also don't like when people generalize, because families are different. Look, you have a good relationship with your mother-in-law. You posted it. It was a wholesome moment. People feel very comfortable to like leave comments.
So do you ever feel like there are special moments in your life that you have shared with people and they have turned into a disaster in terms of like what people have got to say?
Yeah, all the time. I think, like small things like that, like a cooking thing, wash your meat. Then I wash my meat. You mustn't wash your meat, the bacteria spreads. Then chicken hearts, clean the chicken hearts. Obviously, like the biggest one for me would be the whole breadwinner thing that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I
that
thought it was like a
massive.
proud moment. Like, I'm not even 30 years woman, and I'm doing well. And also just the reality of that type of marriage, I like honestly didn't expect, like,
A lot of people had a lot to say with that
Yes.
situation. And what was happening with you at that time? Like, did you find that it was easier to just ignore people? Did you feel like you need to explain yourself? What was the decision that you made to deal with that backlash? Because it was backlash.
Yeah, so I'm very anxious, and
Yeah.
we obviously, like, nothing came as a surprise for us when we watched the show. We were transparent the whole time, myself and Sihle. So we all knew what was going to happen, and besides now the comments and the backlash, so I was anxious and I felt like, oh no, and the comments just kept on coming in, and I'm like, okay, obviously I can't respond to everything anyway. And then it came to a point where even Sihle said, like, don't respond to these things. People are obviously seeing it in their own way, and that's the thing that frustrates me so much about reality TV. And it comes back to the start where you don't have control over anything. So I'm like burning and itching to respond to so many things. I feel like I'm so misunderstood. But then people say, why are you defending yourself? You literally can't win.
You can't win.
No.
So then tell me then the experience between reality TV and being a content creator and having, your content on the internet. Was that like a big shock in terms of, responses that you got from people now being on TV? Because that's growth, right? I heard, what, reality show? I'm like, go get it, girl. That's growth. Yes.
Because people were saying,
That is
like,
growth.
why, like, this is bad. This is a bad move. And then I see other content creators doing something yana for reality TV, and then they're like, oh wow, they're doing amazing. I'm like, where's my flowers?
Exactly.
Like, this is my whole own show. But no, it's two different worlds. Completely two different worlds, because the people who follow me on TikTok, they followed me like from the start. They know me, they like me, cool. Maybe here and there's people who want to leave and also comments as they scroll. TV brought people who didn't know me, who only know me from the show, which is obviously you don't have the backstory. So a few comments even said like, Anika was speaking about her husband, but what does he even do? Yes, okay, she wants him to quit his job. What's his job? And so then I realized, actually, people who watch the show only know me from the show. They actually don't even know who I am, like, from the past 2-3 years. And that's like the sad part. So it's easy for those people to come and say things, and that's where I feel misunderstood, because in a way I am. They don't know the whole story.
And a lot of people think when they see you on social media or when they see you on TV that they know the whole story, right? Do you carefully choose what you share and what you don't share?
Most of the time, I'm like, I don't have like a big boundary when it comes to what I keep private and not. Special moments I like to keep private. Like if I know there's something special and we want to spend that time with each other, but we don't live like a scandalous life where I'm like hiding things and I don't want to post this. It's really just like my everyday life.
And at which point did you realize, okay, I'm sharing my life publicly and we need to be able to deal with this? When did it become a reality for you guys?
I think when people started recognizing us,
okay,
and then they could even like ask questions about your life, and I'm like, oh, okay. But even now, still, I don't see myself the way other people see me. So when people ask me things, I'm like, oh, you know that? Because I feel like, why are they watching? Like, who am I? I'm just a little girl.
Yes.
So I still I'm continuing to realize that. It's like it hasn't clicked. I'm just little old me.
Do you think that keeps you humble?
Yes.
The fact that you haven't realized yet?
Yes, and I actually want to keep it like that.
Okay, but how does your family feel about it? Because it's one thing, you and Sihle understand the type of work that you do. You understand it can really bring in some money and all of that. It's a great career. You understand that. But sometimes our families don't get it, right? So what's it like in terms of family dynamics when they know that so much of your life is out there? Were they understanding?
Yeah, for me and my family, my mom is like my biggest supporter and critic. So as long as she's comfortable and she can understand what's going on, and she's been very supportive and understanding throughout the whole thing. Even like when the breadwinner thing happened, she's like, no, but you know how it is, you know what's happening in your relationship. So that made me feel really comfortable. And even when I post, when it comes to boundaries, I'm not going to post or do something that'll make my family feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
And the same with Sihle's family as well. Like they like things, first of all. Like they like when they watch themselves on the TV, they're like, whoa, they can't even hear what's happening because they're like busy cheering and laughing. Love that.
Okay.
And the same with them. Like we're not going to do anything that'll make them feel uncomfortable. So at least we have that support. But I can imagine like in different cases it could be difficult if you don't have your family support. But in our case, we're blessed and we
because you constantly then have to explain that certain things like this happen and all of that. Let's talk more behind the scenes of your work, right? I think a lot of people underestimate the amount of work it takes to create content. I saw a video of yours just this morning and I was like, oh my God, this video is so brilliant. It was the Arsenal video. I thought that was brilliant. But when you are creating content, what does that look like? Do you wake up and then it's like a shoot day and there's a schedule that you follow and there's time that you follow? How does it work?
So I'm very impulsive, which I like because it's less curated then.
Okay.
But I do, when I know what's going to happen in the week, I do jot it down like in my calendar. But it's almost like, wake up and start. If I wake up and I already missed like the morning, opening the curtains and the coffee, I'm like, oh my word, today's going to be a bad day. I didn't. So for me, that's actually been something that I am working on because I still need my real life, and my personal time.
Yeah.
So because it's so easy to just do at home, I don't know if other creators feel like this, but you almost feel anxious when you're not doing something.
Yeah.
Because this could have been a video. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You missed out on a big moment. And so you never know actually when to stop. You literally don't know when to stop.
What are holidays like?
Non-existent. Last week I was sick and I made a vlog and I said, who do I give my sick letter to? Like, the emails come, the deadlines are there.
Stop.
No.
So then, do you ever feel like maybe when you're out on date nights, for example, do you know what I mean? Do you find yourself itching to take your phone out and record something that could be funny or that could be a moment that your audience would like to see?
Yeah, only if I pre-plan like, okay, tonight I'm really tired this week, I just want to go out and eat, then I won't even put makeup on. Like, I'll literally just go and have fun. But it's very seldom that happens. Like, it's always show something, or you have to show something because you're going somewhere, you're collaborating. So a lot of, back then it used to be nice to collaborate, but now I'm very picky when I collaborate because it's like it takes time away from you and your moment. So let's say we want to go do something, I'll do it and I won't do a collaboration because I'd rather just do everything myself and I can actually enjoy the moment.
What part of the process do people underestimate the most about creating content? Because people think it's an easy job and it's so difficult to be on like that all the time,
I think all of it. I think people don't know the time behind it. It looks, and it is fun. Like, I don't want to be those people who say, oh, I'm worked so hard, like my day is so difficult. Like, I've had a normal 9 to 5, so I know what it feels like to go in. Obviously, like, this is nicer if I have to compare it, but it's, in a way, if you have your normal job, you can go home and maybe you have some things to do at night or whatever. But with this, you're always on. Like, you're always switched on, always something that can happen. The editing can be difficult. The speaking to the camera, a lot of people struggle speaking to the camera. Different elements, I guess, for different people would find like it to be difficult. And also, you're managing yourself. You need to negotiate things. You need to know what to say yes to, what to say no, what your worth is. It takes so long to figure that out. It took me a year to figure out like what my worth is.
I mean, the fact that you've also been doing this for such a short time, for me, it constantly feels like I've been watching your content for a very long time, but it's only been about 2 years that you've been doing this. Do you think your growth has been really fast?
It has, but I wouldn't say like a one-hit wonder type of thing. I feel like it's been fast but steady fast, if that makes sense. Like, the growth makes sense with things that happen, like having a baby, having the TV show. Like, it wasn't like viral moments that made me grow or peak. I don't want to view myself as like peaking and then we're dipping fast as well. I feel like I'm putting in the work to keep like a solid incline
and make it steady, right?
Yes.
At which point did you decide, oh my goodness, this can be my full-time job? When did you know that this can be a job for me?
Literally not even a year in, I got a campaign deal. It was my teacher salary. And I was like, no way, not for one video. My whole month's teacher salary.
And then was it scary to leave your career? I mean, something that you studied for and all of that. Was it difficult to say, I'm actually leaving this and I'm going to pursue content creation?
So when, like, as a person, I'm not like, I'm a religious person, but I feel like weird to talk about it. But I always tell this story. I was praying about it. I was praying about falling pregnant and I was praying about quitting my job. And it's literally like the Lord just answered my prayers. And I felt so comfortable and confident. I literally went in the one day. I told Tiki the previous nights, I'm like, I know what I have to do. And he believes in me so much. And I'm like, I know what I have to do. I have to quit. And as a teacher, you need to give a full term's notice. So that's 3 months.
Okay.
And it was already midterm.
Yeah.
So like I lost out on a few benefits and things, but I knew like the time is now and I have to do it now, and I did it. And literally a few days after that, I got my biggest deal that time. And it's just been working out ever since.
What would you say to somebody who is struggling to make that jump? I think there are a lot of people who want to pursue either content creation full-time or they want to pursue some sort of business full-time, but they're so scared of leaving the comfort of their current jobs. What would you say to somebody that's a little scared?
I think there definitely comes a point where your business or your brand or whatever it is, because it's not just you're going to pray. Obviously, the numbers need to make sense and the upcoming things need to make sense. So you have to look at that. But when your business is doing well and it's starting to, your actual job is getting in the way of you actually doing that, then I would say take the risk.
Okay.
Because that's what started to happen with me. Like, I was getting invited to events and all these things and I couldn't go for my little teacher. Well, it's not little.
And then you start thinking, Aish, I could make the salary in a day.
Like, not even a full day, not even 24 hours, like 1 hour of shooting.
But there's so much work that goes behind that, and I think it's something people need to totally understand. Did you always have the right equipment and stuff? Oh, yeah?
I even started off with, I never had my own phone. Like,
oh, yeah?
Only 2 phones ago, it was my first phone ever in my life. So
why did you take so long to get a phone?
In my family, like, we didn't come from money. So someone would have a phone, and then when they're done with that phone and they upgrade, we get the phone and stuff like that. And even when I came to Joburg, my first iPhone was my friend's iPhone. She gave it to me. It was like an extra one. And I think that's what I was using. And then Siki had a phone from work, and we were just like shuffling phones.
Oh, wow.
And so I had that. And even when I look back, the quality is so bad. But people were watching it and it got me to where I am today. So, yeah.
I love that. And it just shows that being authentic is what matters most.
It is.
It's not about the quality of the camera that you're using. Just pick up your phone and shoot that content. Let's talk about boundaries. How do you create that boundary? That this is my family. I'm going to protect them. And how do you make sure that you're protecting them even in the work that you do?
By overthinking everything.
Okay.
I'm very careful. So I overthink everything. I run everything by everyone a few times. I really am mindful about what I put out there. It's never just quickly and post. Like, I'm very thoughtful of what I do. I'll even check with someone. Like, even my niece, I asked my sister, is it okay if she's in the video? Okay. So I'm just very careful and being considerate of everyone around me.
What about your child? Very, 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 very cute. Is that something you had to think about? Like, I mean, at first it was just Sike and you, and now there's a child in the mix. Is that something you had to think about? Like, will the baby be part of the content? Won't they be part of the content? I mean...
So for me, I never thought about it like, will he be part of the content? My philosophy around becoming a mother, because I'm such an anxious person, was that I want to be a chilled mom. If I am even more anxious than I am now, like, there's no way anyone would survive, me or the people around me. So I've been very chilled from the start. So even this thing of like hiding your child and putting little emoji on your child, stuff like that, I was like, that's... I don't know, it just gives me too much anxiety to even think about. Now we're bringing things to us like, oh, someone's going to do this, let me hide. Like, I didn't want to like hide. It's my life and I just wanted to be like open and normal about it. And another thing, I feel like, well, maybe in my family, my mom and my sister, they love rugby. And I feel like the Springboks are the superheroes of the country and they show their children. So I was like, if they're showing their children, who am I to not?
There
like,
we go.
if we're showing our children, it's fine.
And then if your child had to grow up and be like, at a later stage, be like,
I don't want to.
I don't want you to post me.
We respect that.
Okay,
that's fine.
Yeah,
shame.
Yeah.
We're not even like, if he doesn't want to do. I'm not gonna be like, Zaki, dance quickly. I wanna like. I won't even do that. Like, even just to make it not fun anymore. Like, whatever happens in the moment happens, but I don't wanna. No pressure.
Have you ever posted something and regretted it later, or said something and regretted it later?
Wow, we're back to the breadwinners.
You regret that,
even though I actually don't. What does regret mean? Regret means you would not have done it?
Yes.
Then I don't regret it. I would still say it. I wish I articulated myself better.
Okay.
So I think any regretful things that come to mind would be moments where I didn't articulate myself well.
Okay.
Like, I feel like in that moment, what I was trying to say, and a lot of people got it, but it wasn't as clear, was I see so much for Sihle, and it's the space he's in is not letting his light shine. And I wanted to shine. I want him to leave And so I feel like there was just a better way for me to say that. That's
a miscommunication. But do you not think that it opened up a massive conversation as well? There are lots of different conversations happening online about, marriage, finances, being there for each other, being in a modern relationship.
Yes.
Do you not think that sometimes the kind of content that you're putting out and all of that does
sparks
start
those,
conversation?
yes. And even with this, I knew it was going to start a conversation, not as one-sided in my view. Maybe it wasn't one-sided for someone else. I thought like we're gonna like have a nice woman empowerment moment. Like, yes, we're women and we are looking after ourselves and we don't need men. Like, men are there because we love them and they support us and we have fun with them. But like financially, we can look after ourselves.
We can thrive.
Yes. And that's kind of what I was going for. Ganti.
It's so easy for people to misunderstand what you say. Has that made you fearful now about saying things?
No, but it made me fearful for watching the show.
Because you don't know what you're going to see.
What's gonna happen next.
Would you do reality TV again?
Yes.
Okay, at least it hasn't scarred you to that point where you...
Because I grew so much, I want a rematch.
All right, you want some more? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like there was a bit of a hint of another season. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not going to say it. Has the perspective of success changed for you since you started?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of success before and what does success look like now?
So I feel like at the start, as a content creator, success is like numbers and then the deals come and it's like, okay, money and how much you can make. And then even for me, I'm saying for me because I don't know like if everyone thinks like that, but I feel like someone's paying me to do a job. So I want to make sure I do the job well. Like put in the time to create something that people will engage with. Like I hate it when I post something that's paid for and it doesn't do well. Like it doesn't. I'll even do something extra in a vlog, shout out the brand again just to make up because like it's not sitting nice with me. Now success for me means something that I can sustain.
Okay.
Like how am I going to turn this into something that will, I don't know, look after my family for the rest of our lives until we retire or whatever. So I feel like I'm actually not successful yet because I haven't figured out how I'm going to make this into something sustainable. Obviously, everyone is like, turn it into a business. What business? I don't want to just start a business for the sake of starting a business. I want to really think about it. I am still fresh in this. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. But for me, that means success.
Have you had anyone in the 2 years that you've been doing this guiding you? Because you sound like you know what you're doing and you have a lot of support. I know, for example, sometimes when musicians kick off their careers, they've got other musicians that they look up to that guide them, or in different careers, right? When you're a teacher, there's older
like
teachers around you, like a mentor, right? For something like this, like who have you leaned on in this time? Is there someone you're able to call and be like, this post went viral, I didn't articulate myself properly, look at this mess, what do? Do you have anyone?
Support system wise, I have my mom, my sister, and Sihle.
Yeah.
But like experience wise in the industry, I feel like I'm a good analyzer.
Okay.
And I've just been analyzing. I feel like I'm a smart girl.
Okay.
Like I see things, I analyze it, I connect the dots. That's been helping me a lot. Like observation has helped me a lot. But there was a time when, like I said, I realized recently what my worth is. I like changed my rate card and I started like putting my foot down for things like I'm not going to do that, yes to this, no to that. And that like helped, that literally changed the whole direction of my career.
Sure. Do you think that's also attracted more of the brands that you actually want and the money that you want as well?
Yes, because they can see like who you are and like what you do and what you want to put out there. So it's not just flimsy, whatever.
I've always had this belief that the universe will keep giving you what you say yes to. So if you're going to say yes to 5 rand, they're going to keep offering you 5 rand. But if you take it to 10 rand, then the universe starts bringing 10 rand to
exactly.
You. So I think it's brilliant what you've done. What do you think it is about you that has created such a strong connection with your followers?
I think, like I said earlier in the podcast as well, I share my feelings and my thoughts a lot. So I think there's a lot of familiarity when people watch my things. Like they can relate to me in how I feel and see things. It's not necessarily, being in interracial relationships, but the things that come with that. So being a Makoti, I think, like I also said earlier, I kind of my goal was to normalize being a white Makoti. That's why I didn't even go with the name white Makoti. So there are other wives out there, and it's not just like African wives, Afrikaans wives. We have the same type of roles.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have a uniform. It's not as strict.
Yeah, but very similar in our cultures, right?
Very.
Yeah.
So I think we can all relate to like the wife thing and the mom, and just also not knowing about cultures. So I'm very honest about when I don't know something. And a lot of people don't know things. And I think a lot of people assume, oh, like we all know each other and we're all the same, like all of us are the same and all of them are the same, but we're not, and we're always learning from each other. So I think people also enjoy the learning from each other as well. Like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. People get offended very quickly. Do you sometimes get scared to offend?
For me to offend them?
Yeah, to offend. You know how like when content is out there, because we live in a world where people will nitpick literally every single thing that you're saying. They could say, hey, that's politically incorrect, or no, don't say this, no, don't say that. Does that fear ever come, especially because you're an anxious person?
Yes, it plays a role. So obviously also working with brands, you are not going to touch on certain topics.
Okay.
Which is difficult because I feel like we are role models and we have to stand for something as well. So it's difficult to find that ground to show what you stand for and support certain things without going too deep and now you can't be worked with.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to cultural things, that's where I'm very careful and respectful.
Yes.
So I always make sure, I always double check before I post. And I never want to make it look like I am the expert.
Yeah.
I am also learning. I wasn't born in this culture. So I always make sure that comes across.
Yeah. I can imagine even people who are not necessarily in interracial couples but marry into a different culture learn so much from you as well, right? Because even when you are married to the same culture, you do things differently. I'm married to a Tswana man, but how his family does
Families do things differently.
It's completely different to how I do things as well, you know. I don't know if you've spoken much about this in your content about marriage, right? A lot of people, when they get into a marriage, you are being taught all these things, right? I don't know in Xhosa culture, they put you in a room with other women and they...
Yeah.
What do you call it in the Xhosa culture?
Well, it happened at the Utiki ceremony.
Yes.
So in a room, they dress you, they talk to you, and when you come out, you sit on the mikey, and then they also speak to you.
They speak to you.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual thing is called.
All of that, did it not feel overwhelming? Because I'm not going to lie to you, when I got married and they're giving me all this info, okay, you wear this like that, and then this, and then a wife must. I felt like, whoa, I needed a 3-month course for this. Did it not feel like, whoa, this is too much info?
I was so excited.
Really?
Because for me, I find it so cool compared to now, like let's say the Afrikaans culture where we don't have like a uniform and whatever. I find it so cool that there's like visible, obvious things that you can do to show your love.
Yes.
Like just by respecting the culture and the family and by dressing up and cooking when you're supposed to be cooking and whatever, like that's such an easy, nice way to show like your love. And so I was so excited to like finally have the uniform, like I'm graduating. I wasn't overwhelmed, like I was very excited for it. But they did obviously warn me, or not warn me, but teach me as we went. So like the first few times I visited there, I was wearing booty shorts. Oh my gosh, thinking back, I can't believe I did that.
What were you thinking?
Now, how would I think about this? Why would I think anything is wrong with that?
I mean, and you come from an Afrikaans family.
Yeah, but shorts and barefoot and whatever.
They're so strict.
And eventually, Mama Zala was like, but very cute. She's like, we're going to church. Maybe you want to wear a dress.
Yeah.
And then I sort of, and City Shame, also so nice. But my one friend, she said, she's petty. She said, like when it comes to like asking your husband for advice on how to do cultural things as the wife, never listen to him. He's always going to say everything is okay.
Yes, babe.
And it's actually not okay.
Ask your mama Zala, ask your mother-in-law rather. I do that when I'm meant to wear a duk anywhere or anything like that. I'll be like, am I supposed to?
Yeah, ask the mother-in-law.
Do you find that people on social media will try and also teach you stuff?
Yes, and it's not the way the family does it.
Yes.
So I'm allowed to show my toes.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're not allowed to show your toes. You need to wear pumps or tummy tackies. I can show my toes. I'm showing my toes.
Yeah.
My dress is too short because I'm tall. So my dress is like on my knees. My knees are showing a little bit. Stuff like that. But then that's okay because I know families do things differently. That's always my answer, my go-to.
Families do things differently. You know, the thing is, community and people commenting and engaging with your work is a big part of what you do, right? But how do you protect your mental health as well when drama like the breadwinner thing happened? happens, how do you make sure that mentally you are doing okay, especially as someone that's been open about the fact that you get anxious? So how are you protecting your mental health in the space that you work in, because it can take a toll on someone's mental
It
health?
takes a lot. For me, because I only had my first big thing recently, like I guess I don't have like the answer as an advice form yet. I can just say what I did. And I know like shame our friends and our family shouldn't be like our therapists. Sikhe was very supportive, and my sister, I love reassurance, words of affirmation. That helped me a lot. And at least even though I'm anxious, I can sit down with myself and have a logical conversation. So I had to sit down with myself a lot and go through everything and remember why I did it, why I chose to say it. It wasn't part of anything. Like it was spontaneous. I was like, listen, producer, like I want to share this, like can we set this up, this is what I want to do. And we did it, and I had to remind myself why I'm doing it. There's a lot of women out there who are breadwinners, who do things alone even, and shame, there's like a stigma around it, and it doesn't have to be like that, guys. That stigma comes from a time when women didn't work. How does that same stigma exist today when women work?
Babe, there are people who will tell you that they'll be on a date and they're the ones paying for the meal, but what they'll do is they'll give their card to their boyfriend or husband so that it's not embarrassing for them. Like, we need to openly talk about these things. A lot of our relationships are that way, and people are just not being honest about it, right? So I guess part of they say well-behaved women really make history. So sometimes you got to be that woman that's going to say something that other women are not going to say.
And I've always been that girl.
That is how you're going to make history. That is how you're going to make history. The breadwinner situation, has it been the most challenging part of your career so far? Or have you had another massive challenge that you've had to get through in the last 2 years that you've been doing content?
Challenging, Shaman, I don't want to refer to the breadwinner thing the whole time. The most challenging part would be the comments, because you built a community. They're not just there. Like, they're not just random people commenting. You built a community, and it's important to be within that community. They're not just there to talk to you and you never talk to them. Like, it's good to engage and respect them and show understanding. So, especially when the comments go like very south, I still want to show respect and like thank you for your input, but blah blah blah. So that's been very challenging to like just actually manage the comments, to a point where now even I don't even get to comments, and I feel so bad. I'm always posting on my story, guys, and I see the comments. The thing is, I see the comments, I love them, I laugh, we go through them, whatever, and it's so important to respond to them. And so for me right now, that is a challenge, because like shame, like you must do it. Like, I want to do it, I want to engage with them. It's not just post and done. Like, they're funny and they give advice and stuff like that. So I just need to get to actually responding to them.
Do people understand that you can't get to everyone?
Some do, and then some are very like reply, and then there was like a whole thing on someone else's post, like a whole thread happening. City Makoti doesn't. I'm like, I see all these comments, I just need to respond. But yeah, it's my thing. It comes with the job. I have to do it.
I mean, does it come with also having to look in the mirror and affirm yourself every single day? Because with so many people online telling you what you look like, noticing when you've lost weight, when you've gained weight, when you have makeup on, when you don't have makeup on. I mean, is there anything that you need to say to yourself every morning to just keep going?
Not actually like in a positive way, more like in an action way. Okay, like focus now, like stop reading these comments, focus on what you have to do. So and I literally out loud I speak to myself, focus, do this. But I would like use my support system as a soundboard, not in a draining, exhausting way. But something I struggle with now recently is I feel like I'm a very humble person, and it's important for me to be humble and real and honest. And someone left a comment, these days you wear so much makeup, I miss when you were humble. Girl,
what is that got to do with it?
And that sticks. Comments that I know is either not the truth or it is the truth. It is what it is. Cool. It's not the truth. Fine. It is the truth. Cool. But when it's something like, that's something I fear, I don't want that to be a thing. Like, I don't want to be perceived like that. Then I do care. And I'm like, so must I not wear makeup? And then I'm like asking myself, do I put makeup on today or not? Because now am I not humble if I wear makeup? Oh my word, that's the thing. People think I don't see those comments, but I do. I literally see all the comments. I see all of it.
You don't miss any of them. So then what does the next phase of your career look like? You're sitting in a space now where, you know, a lot of your followers and community are engaging, where that's a little bit hectic. You are negotiating your own deals, all of that. Does it look like you getting a team at some point? What does growth look like for you in terms of what is next?
I think because it's obvious I have imposter syndrome. When it comes to like having a team, I feel like, who am I to have a team?
You're City Makoti. Lots of people have teams.
And young, I need the help. That's
you know what I mean? Because
thing.
emails, comments,
it's a
everything.
lot.
It's a lot, right? And you're running yourself as a business. So at some point,
Yeah, otherwise I'm just gonna let it slip the whole time.
to get to the next level. Beyonce didn't get to where she is without people.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You
Growth for me would look like just actually taking myself seriously.
Okay.
Actually, taking myself seriously, and I've always wanted to change the world. Even though that sounds so silly, I even did my master's, of which I quit. I stopped halfway. But it was like on the decolonization of the Afrikaans first additional language subject. So in English schools, we teach Afrikaans as a subject, not understanding that people come from different backgrounds in an English school where everyone else goes to non-Afrikaans speaking people from different cultures, different languages. And so I've always wanted to just like change society in any type of way. So the little things I do, like the breadwinner thing, the interracial relationship thing, all these things that I touch on, I'm not scared. I want to change the world in some way. So I'm hoping that I figure out what to do with my brand to just kind of change South Africa.
I think what's amazing right now is you already have that platform, you know, and you are already using it so much to inspire other women, and I think you're changing people's perspectives already, and you're doing that work already with your platform. What are you most excited or nervous about in terms of your career?
I'm nervous about the normal things that I've been mentioning, but I want to kind of not even touch on that. I want to focus on the excitement. So I'm excited about like where we're going. New things are happening and new things are coming.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So this is like...
Can we get a little bit of
No.
I had to try.
But I feel like when I view like myself as a brand now, the way we still all see me in a way, it's very like one-dimensional, now turning into something else with the TV. And for me, it's not about fame. Like I said, it's about like it being a business and then somehow changing the world.
Okay.
So I'm excited to figure out how I'm going to do that. And I know I'm going to figure it out. Like I'm very stubborn and I go for what I know I want and need. So I'm excited to see where this is going to end, because I know it's going to end somewhere good.
For someone that is starting out, what's a piece of advice that you would give them if they're starting out in this industry?
To be resilient.
Okay.
In anything actually you do, not even this industry. Like always be resilient and push through and take chances, because you don't want to miss something and then you regret it later. That's me. I'd rather do something. So for example, like doing a TV show was a risk, but I didn't want to be 40 years old and think, oh my word, where would I have been today if I actually did that show? So take risks, and even if you're scared, fake it till you make it. Just push through everything.
Oh yeah? Fake it till you make it. Do you sometimes feel ridiculous when you're recording stuff and you're like, oh my word, what am I doing? I always wonder if you guys feel ridiculous
at least
sometimes.
Not anymore, no.
Okay.
Like I can walk in the shop like this.
Okay, because I feel so weird sometimes. I'm just like, why am I on this live? Who cares?
But if you think about it, it's actually just you that think like that.
Yes.
And so you're projecting on other people. Other people can see that as normal, especially today. Everyone is walking around with their phones and going live. So it's just you. So you just have to change the way you see that thing, and you'll see yourself differently then doing it.
Yeah. What is something you wish someone had warned you about before you started this career? You just wish they'd sat you down and been like, girl, let me tell you about content. Let me tell you about TV. What do you think someone should have warned you about?
Maybe not like warn about, but I wish I knew more about like how to value yourself starting. I feel like you can save a lot of time and build yourself into a specific brand or whatever you want to be quicker if you know that you need to understand what you're doing, what you're aligning with, and how to value yourself. And that's actually also advice for whoever's listening. Like if you can do that quick, then you're set up and you can just thrive.
Sure. I think that's an important one for any industry, actually, whatever career that you do.
True. Salary negotiations, like you know your worth.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing your undergrad and teaching and all of that has taught you that helps you with the work that you do now? Because we leave the things we've studied and we think we never learned.
Yeah,
anything
no,
from
we still
there.
use it.
And we still use it, right? So do you feel like there are things you've learned from your career as a teacher that you use now?
So funny enough, I actually never intended to be a teacher.
Oh, yeah?
I did undergrad, BA psychology, anthropology, and philosophy.
What? I did psych and anthro too.
Yes,
Okay.
love.
Okay, then you did your postgrad in teaching.
Yes, but
Okay.
only because there was nothing else for me to do at Stellenbosch, and I wanted to stay on campus with Umyeniwam.
Oh,
He was still
so
studying.
Marco kept you on campus.
Yes.
Oh, girl. I'm so glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, and at least then I could like find a solid job, because it's not easy finding a job with a BA degree, guys.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
No, yeah, I've got one myself, so
Yeah.
I understand. Oh, so that's how you ended up teaching.
Yes.
Okay.
But funny enough, like I've always been a rebel. Okay, so it's funny that I became a teacher first of all, because I've always been the rebel.
Yes.
Like I was smart and I did so good at sports, but I was also like I would sit detention
Yes.
here and there. Like
Yeah.
I was just like living my best life. So I was very shy. Like I would hide under the table when I had to go do mondeling, because I was in Afrikaans school.
Yes.
A speech. So obviously being a teacher and now like I need to work, girl, I need to go and stand in front of the kids and speak and be
Yeah.
confident. And they can't even sense that you're not confident, because they will tear you down if they can
Oh.
just see like you're not sure about yourself. And that has helped me literally so much. I think that's why so many teachers are content creators. Like we know how to speak in front of people.
That is very true.
And it's easy, and we can do it in a nice, informative way, like not just rabble, babble, but we're actually like
Yes.
saying meaningful things. So that helps a lot. And then I also view myself as an anthropologist.
Yeah.
Because you have sociology, anthropology, like I'm now in the Xhosa culture, so I can like study the Xhosa culture from
There we go.
within.
It's literally like you are doing an ethnography, and that
Yes.
is basically studying the culture of somebody, but being within that community. That is
What
exactly
it?
what
An
you're doing.
empirical.
It's an empirical
Yeah,
study,
yeah.
right? That's exactly what you're doing. It's anthropology in action there. So for anybody who ever thought that BA degree wouldn't work out for you, here it is. It's actually working
Yeah.
out. I wanna go back to that finding love on campus, right? I found love on campus too.
Oh, cute.
And I have this belief where I believe that the biggest pool of people to date are on your campus,
Yeah.
right? That's what I believe. Do you believe the same thing? Where, because basically my theory is that's where all the options are, right?
Yeah, where else are you gonna find
Yeah, if
someone?
if you want somebody that's into philosophy and reading and all these things,
If you want
they're
a future accountant,
They are there.
a future doctor, you can choose. Just go to that faculty
there we
every
go.
morning.
That is my point. So, would you say that is where the biggest dating pool is on campus, or we just got lucky to find love on campus?
I think we got lucky.
Yeah.
I think we got lucky. I'm Sikle's first official girlfriend, and he's my first adult relationship.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But I think what's nice about campus is it's a place where you can actually be selective. Whereas in the big real world, you can't be selective. Like you can't just say no to everyone who's not a doctor. But you could go find a potential future doctor on campus. Maybe that's a little bit easier. So you can be a little bit more selective on
Yeah.
campus. That's my theory.
For anybody that feels pressure to perform on social media and perform a life that isn't theirs, what would you say to them? Because I think social media has done that to a lot of us, where sometimes you're not even an entertainer or a content creator, but just purely because of the world that we're living in right now, there is this constant pressure to be on, to perform,
Yeah.
to look a certain way, to dress a certain way. What would you say to somebody that feels that pressure?
If you really want to be online and you are experiencing that pressure, you'll burn out from not showing your real life.
Yeah.
So like make peace with your real life. Don't be ashamed about that. Be loud and proud about yourself, and rather post that and enjoy what you're posting, because it's not maintainable to put out a fake life.
There we go. You cannot sustain that because you're gonna run out of things to post now. And I think people can see it.
It's forced.
There we go.
But sometimes not as well. That's why the pressure is so actually real. Because it's like, oh my word, people really have these things. People have houses, cars, everything. And then sometimes we can't even see that it's not real. You have to like maybe go on Twitter, do a deep dive, and you'll see some things. Oh, this was actually happening. But I guess, yeah, for a lot of people, it seems real. And that's where the pressure comes from.
To wrap up, what in this season of your life right now, what are you most proud of?
I'm not a very cheesy mother. Like, I'm very chilled. And I'm me, and I'm a mother, and I'm all the other things, but my answer has to be being a mother. In the mix of all of this, I'm so proud that I could maintain my career while becoming a mother. That was my biggest fear. So I'm so proud that I'm a mother, and I have my career.
And do you find that people that follow you are inspired by that? Because I think so many women think motherhood is just going to stop everything for them.
Oh, and that's so real. I think
Yeah.
so. I get messages. Like I said, I don't internalize like negative and positive things, actually, which is a blessing and a curse. But people do say they are inspired. And I
Yeah.
hope they are. Like I said, I want to change the world. So if my actions in my life can do that, then I won.
And you can do it all. Thank you so much for coming through onto the podcast. We appreciate it so much.
I had
And all the
fun.
best. Like, I am just looking forward to seeing you use your platform even more to change the world, as you say that you want to do, to teach people, to study culture. I think it's been so amazing going beyond the feed with you and really understanding why you do what you do, you know, and I think it's purposeful. And you talk about it as if it's something you want to do in the future, but I feel like you're doing it right now already. So
Thank you.
just continue and keep
you so
inspiring other people. And that is how we wrap up Beyond the Feed. Please follow at the City Makoti across all social media platforms. Till next time.